Another day, another group of idiots arguing on the internet that One Piece is, of course, racist because in the new upcoming remake, one that I've been vocally less than optimistic about, cautious at best, well, lo and behold, they have lightened up Usopp's skin, despite the fact that this is kind of a common trend in anime, especially in One Piece. As it goes on, gets better animation, the skin tones for all characters become lighter, but because Usopp is based on African descent, all of a sudden that means whitewashing. Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idol, and yes, anime fans upset over Usopp's whitewashing and new One Piece concept art.
That's stupid! You're stupid! Stop being stupid!
Usopp God believers are tired of the Sniper King losing his melanin with every new character design. Over the weekend, Netflix and Wit Studios shared concept art for their upcoming remake of the long-running anime juggernaut, The One Piece. And while a majority of the Straw Hat Pirates' East Blue era designs were quintessential nostalgia fare for fans, its continued whitewashing trend of crew member Usopp left a lot to be decided. There is nobody who is actually a fan of One Piece who is upset about this. I'm going to put the nail in the coffin right now. I'm going to put this to bed. No One Piece fan truly actually cares about this because nothing about Usopp minus, again, his skin is getting lighter. And if it were just Usopp, they might be onto something. But if you look at the character design for Nami, for example, who is already very white, I mean, if we're going to go off of the African descent thing for Usopp, well, Nami is of Swedish descent. You don't get much whiter than that. And even she is notably lighter skinned. In fact, everything is lighter. It's not just the skin color. The color palettes as a whole are softer, brighter, more pastel. This is them trying to, this is an absolute non-issue. This is IGN and a bunch of ex-purists, you know, these sort of SJW tribes trying to find some way to start a new racist conversation about this, a race-baiting conversation about that, in terms of, oh, look at how just awful for black people the anime is. It's all complete nonsense. Usopp's new concept art, while a huge departure from either creator Ichiro Oda or Toei Animation designs upon first blush, depicts the pirate sniper with noticeably fairer skin than he had in his debut. While whitewashing isn't a new phenomenon for anime fans, with characters like Casca from Berserk losing her melanin as the series progresses, it's especially endemic to One Piece as a series. This is something that I think is going to fool so many people who are unfamiliar with how anime works. Go back and watch old episodes of Dragon Ball Z. I'm talking about the ones that debuted in like the early 90s. There's a notably different color palette at the beginning of the show than by the end, when the anime had a much larger budget, had, if I recall, different studios taking over. And the characters, even in One Piece, or even in Dragon Ball, where again, pretty much everybody minus like Oob is pretty damn close to white, all ended up getting lighter skin tones, because that is just something that anime does. When the budget goes higher, the animation gets brighter, gets more vibrant, and with that, a lot of times comes the lightening of a lot of colors. This has led a bunch of fans highlighting how Usopp continuously appears to have fairer skin in the longer One Piece continues on social media. Here are a few reactions to Usopp's design in the One Piece. We got Otaku Big Boy Deiji. The fact that Usopp's melanin is just gone is insane. Let's actually take a look at it. So hold on here. Well, we're going to take a quick look at this right now. Bingo Bango Bongo, we got this. Here is Usopp next to Nami. Again, you can look at Nami and see that she is also notably lighter. Like she's almost ghost white. When you look at Usopp, you can still tell that he's got that sort of melanin to him. And even if you were to claim that you couldn't, Usopp was never super dark to begin with. Like, don't get me wrong. Again, according to Oda, if he was a real person, he would have African descent. They got a black guy to play him in the show, which I was appreciative of. They kept everybody's race accurate to what it should be in season 1 of the live-action show. But I mean, all the features are still there. Usopp does not look any different. And again, these are still images. These are concept art pieces. So this isn't even the actual what's being used in the animation, because, well, we haven't seen the anime. I mean, there are trailers out there you can take a look at. But like in this particular instance, when you're just looking at these stills, they're just that. They're stills with everything being in black and white except for the main characters in the middle here. This is absolutely insane. It's really not that hard, and you've got this image here of a recolor. I'm sorry, this looks awful. First of all, they got rid of the lips, because again, they're trying to complain, oh, the big lips are racist. Really, because One Piece characters, there's a myriad of One Piece characters that have those style of lips that are not in any way, shape, or form representative of black people or whatever. That's again, this looks awful. It doesn't look like Usopp. Like, yeah, the darkened skin here Frankly, it just looks bad. If anything, it makes Usopp look like more of a caricature. So, what is it you guys wanting? Are you wanting something that's all undeniably black? Well, really, because One Piece, the skin color also doesn't really matter. This isn't whitewashing for one, but even if it was, the skin color doesn't matter. The character is the exact same. Compare this to this. Which one is notably more like Usopp? And again, yeah, this is really right. When you compare the two back to back, neither one actually look that good, in my opinion. They both look like a far cry from what the manga and anime that we currently have present them as. But again, when you compare this side by side with the Nami, it really makes so little of a difference. Then we got, let's see, here's the side by side. We got this idiot right here, still going with these fucking lips, huh? If Shaman King can fix this for its remake anime, One Piece can't easily. Well, you know what? The remake of the Shaman King anime, from everything I'd heard from Shaman King fans, because I haven't watched Shaman King since the OG 4Kids days, but from everything I'd heard from the Shaman King fans, they weren't exactly a big fan of the remake. So, I mean, maybe not just because of the lip thing, but in general, they weren't big fans of the anime. So, there's just, I'm sorry, you gotta please your fans first and foremost, and the lips are not a quote-unquote racist thing. Having big lips is not a bad, like, if they were saying, oh, look at this character, this black guy is lesser because of his oversized lips, oh, okay, yeah, that would be a problem. I don't think anyone's going to deny that. But as a purely aesthetic character choice, no, this is completely dumb. Some people, white, black, whatever, have big lips. Like, it's so weird to try and make a racial issue out of this unless you've got nothing better to do than live your first world privileged life and complain about cartoon characters on the damn internet. Irony coming from me because I am here on the internet complaining about people complaining about cartoon characters, but whatever. It's anime. It's One Piece. It's one of the most successful franchises in the world. Not everything needs to be made into some goddamn race baiting, a target for some sort of social cause. It's a manga, guys. First of all, what we should be talking about is whether this remake is even necessary, because I'm gonna be real, I'm not a fan of it. Now, it might be good. I'm gonna watch it. It might be good. I might end up being proven completely wrong. But One Piece still holds up amazingly. My best friend, my roommate Cookies, who you guys all know and love so much, he started One Piece literally for the first time right after the live action animation, or the live action Netflix adaptation. And he loved the early episodes. These early episodes are nearly 30 years old at this point. And we had no problem watching it. Most people don't have a problem watching it. So yeah, I don't even think that a remake is necessary, especially when the manga nor the anime are even finished yet. But again, gotta capitalize because, the live action adaptation brought the show to a whole new audience. Aside from Usopp, fellow crew member Nico Robin also got a new design post-time skip, while Nico's whitewashing is a contention among fans, no it's not, who believe her time in Alabas's desert led to her having an olive skin tone, despite her having the same skin tone in Impel Down flashbacks as a child. See, here's the dealio. They're using the anime as their frame of reference. Robin was always pretty damn Snow White in the manga. There was a coloring issue with the Toei Animation, the studio, when they did the anime adaptation. They made Robin notably darker than she actually was in her manga counterpart, the original counterpart, the actual canon counterpart, drawn and colored by Eiichiro Oda himself. But of course, they're not going to pay attention to that because it doesn't help suit their narrative. So when the time skip happened, they corrected Robin to lighten her up to make her more accurate to her manga counterpart. Usopp's whitewashing is more problematic when you consider his given nationality. Well, again, he doesn't actually have one because that's not how One Piece works. All Oda said is that if these individuals were real, this is where they would be from in terms of our real world. But again, that's not how One Piece works in canon. In One Piece 56 Shitsuman wo Busho Shuro, a Q&A column that would accompany a new manga chapter, creator Eiichiro Oda revealed the nationalities of the Straw Hat crew, with Luffy being Brazilian, Zoro being Japanese, Usopp being of African descent, which, by the way, you just hear African and assume black. He could still be white even from African descent. Elon Musk isn't African, just throwing that out there. While this bit of lore hasn't been made explicitly official in One Piece's lore, bingo, it's not been made official. Now again, I've actually fallen back on this multiple times, praising the live action adaptation for going with this, for going with what Oda says. So in general, I do think it's a good thing. I'm glad that they're sticking to it. But also, yeah, let's look at this right here. This art right here, this drawing. Usopp don't look that bad. I mean, he, Luffy, Nami, Zoro, they all look pretty much damn near the same in terms of their skin tone. Because it's just art, it's just drawing. Like, Call me crazy, but you should be able to relate to Usopp or relate to Luffy or relate to Nami for the content of their character, not their skin color. Clearly, a lot of effort is being put into WIT Studios' mix of industry veterans and upstarts who grew up reading One Piece. Chief among them is the team's implementation of video game-esque 3D map of its town to breathe a sense of identity into the setting and overarching themes. More specifically, One Piece's predominant themes or racial and socio-political struggles, which director Masashi Kizuka holds in high regard as what makes the long-running series special. Yes, there are a lot of political themes in One Piece. But the difference is, it does not take an explicit side in terms of the Western left versus right, Democrat, Republican, conservative, liberal dynamic. That's not how the show plays out. So, of course, IGN, once again, they're using very assumptive language to try and get you guys to look at this through a Western lens when, again, it's a manga, it's an anime, and that's not what it's for. This is pure political rage and race baiting at its finest, and I can assure you that no One Piece fans actually care about this. In fact, on the live stream yesterday, where we talked about One Piece, this didn't even come up. We spent a solid 20 minutes talking about One Piece, just geeking out about it as fans yesterday, and this didn't come up in the slightest, because actual One Piece fans don't care. But this is IGN we're talking about. IGN, Kotaku, Game Rant, Polygon, the Mary Sue, their ilk. They need to find some way to make everything in nerd culture a socio-political issue, when that is not what fans care about. In fact, fans are fucking tired of this. We already hear all day long, Kamala Harris this, Donald Trump that. Hell, I talk about it all day long because, frankly, I just love politics. But when you try and take something that is intrinsically Japanese and apply your Eurocentric Western views to it, you end up doing so much damage, but you don't care because you get your political brownie points with the people that you want to score with on X, and it's fucking disgusting. But those are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below, or let me know on X, where you can find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day. Not always about anime, but video games, movies, music, Magic the Gathering, you name it. Check me out on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon. And become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord, choose the articles I go over on a day-to-day basis, choose the videos I react to on my Friday night live streams, and of course, get involved with over 80 other vital idols. We are a bright, beautiful, glowing, vibrant community that I cannot wait to grow even further, because we do care about diversity, but only one kind of diversity of thought. So if that's interesting to you, hit the subscribe button, join the Discord, and until next time, it is all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.